So you need to sell yourself. My dear, it's a key word, sell yourself. Because they wouldn't know who you are until you tell them. Okay, so don't feel something you have done in your past is a brag putting them in your CV or in your letters. No, please, show off. Let them know you deserve it because it's a competition, mind you. Okay, then hi girls, hello ladies, hello gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you made it today too. Okay, so today I want to give a little gist about all you need to know before you apply for a scholarship. Before I get on board, my name is Beatrice Ejapon, an educational consultant and a scholar with Beabless scholarship class. If today is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe or follow my pages for more of content on scholarships. Okay, so what do you need to do before you even take a step to apply for a scholarship? Maybe you've gotten your school, you've gotten the course you want to do. Now what next? One thing people don't pay attention to is their essays, their scholarship letters and all that. And these are the documents that makes you stand out. Okay, so always know that it's a competition, especially when it comes to scholarships that has not been tagged like this particular scholarship is for Africans. If you don't see scholarships like that, it means that it's worldwide. Everyone is applying for. And assuming you are competing with Canadians, you are competing with Americans, you are competing with the UK, I don't know how they call them, like DNs, I don't know whether they also have it here. Anyway, that was just by the way. So you are competing with all these people, and you and I know our educational system and DS. In fact, it's not me or Google is saying DS is higher than ours. So if you are competing with these people and you've all applied for a scholarship, even if I was there, I was part of the admission committee or the scholarship committee, what do you think? Whom do you think I will select? Of course, I will select those from who schooled in UK, US, and yes, because I know they are from a background with good qualification. My dear, exactly like that. That's how they also think. So before they consider you an African person, or they consider you from a different country, a different maybe low country, excuse my language, yes, low developed country, let me put it that way, you have to stand tall. You have to show off to the admission committee that in fact you deserve it and you are not an ordinary person. Even though you are from a low developed country, you are a scholar. You need to prove it in your documents, because my dear, they are not going to call you to find out who you are. So sell yourself. Please, I'm not saying brag. There's a difference between bragging and selling yourself. Bragging means you don't have the thing and you are showing off. Selling yourself means you have it and you are showing off. Okay, so I'm telling you to sell yourself, not to brag. There is this friend I have, I think he sent me his CV to review for him. He was applying for a scholarship and all that. So I was reviewing, and I mean, I know him and I know some of the awards and the leadership skills that he has way back at school. But I realized he didn't put all of them in his CV. So I was like, but why? I nearly mentioned his name, sorry. I was like, why didn't you put all these things in your CV? He was like, oh, he doesn't want it to look like he's bragging. Really? But who are you? For instance, who are you, Beatrice Ejapon, that we should accept you in our school on funding? So if I don't sell myself that, well, I'm not just Beatrice Ejapon, but I was the local news president at University of Energy and Natural Resources. I was the welfare vice chairperson at the University of... How would they know I was the Red Cross chairperson? You see, so you need to sell yourself. My dear, it's a key word. Sell yourself. Because they wouldn't know who you are until you tell them. Okay, so don't feel something you have done in your past is a brag putting them in your CV or in your letters. No, please, show off. Let them know you deserve it because it's a competition, mind you. Okay, then the other thing I want to talk about, assuming they ask you, tell us how you manage a difficult situation. They want to know your personality, your leadership set, your skill set, and your keywords. If they ask you a question like that, so be mindful and know how to answer. If you can't go about things like this, please click the link below and watch our free webinar on how to win a fully funded scholarship. If you haven't done that yet, get started and let's Beabless and her team train you on how you can do this back to back till you get to your dream country. Okay, then another thing I want to talk about is never start with a quote in your essays. Okay, never start with a quote. The quote can be maybe in the middle or something like that, but never start your essays with a quote. Then know that there are two essays. We have statement of purpose, which usually is for admission into graduate school. Then we have scholarship essays, which is usually for funding. Okay, so know the difference. There are some schools which allows you to just write statement of purpose. Then instead of scholarship essay, they request for an interview from you. That was how I went through. I didn't write a scholarship essay, but I was being interviewed. There are some schools that allows you to write scholarship essay too, so that they assess you based on that. Okay, there are some schools too that you write essay, you write scholarship essay, you write statement of purpose, and still you will still be interviewed. So it differs from every school. Yeah, so take note of that. Then emphasize or demonstrate that you need funding in your essays. Okay, because look at this scenario. Assuming somebody says, okay, I'm Beatrice, I'm from a poor background, despite my parents was finding it difficult to pay off my fees, and despite the challenges we're having at home, I was still able to do well in my academics. I still took on positions at school just to be helpful to my colleagues and the younger graduates, younger undergraduates in my school. Despite this or that, I did this. And somebody also writes, well, my parents are rich or we are from a good home, but I just don't want my parents to spend so much. That's why I'm applying for this scholarship. Please, if you are on the scholarship board, whom will you give the scholarship to? Assuming they all have second class upper, and you want only one person to add up, whom will you give to? You know the answer already. Put it in the comment section. I want to hear. Okay, all right, so that's how you have to address your essays. Okay, then get a scholar or a lecturer or a professor to review your essays for you if possible.